station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
You're watching DC News Now at 9.
And a lot going on tonight. A deadly shooting inside of Maryland's Starbucks. An armored truck driver accused of pulling the trigger.
And a teenager's life cut short when a car slams into a group of friends driving back from church. 24 hours later, DC News Now combs through the results of a new initiative to get dangerous drivers off the road.
And in Montgomery County, this shocking scene. 6 armed robbers force a man into an elevator and into his home after zip tying his hands. And his family was home. The full video, as neighbors tell us, they're worried about their safety.
In DC. Coming up, you'll hear from fans locked into the MLS AllStar Game.
And those stories in moments, but first we are following breaking news. A man airlifted to the hospital after being hit by a car in Southeast DC. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris Flanagan. We're told this was a hit and run crash. It happened on a stretch of MLK Jr. Avenue around 6:30 this evening. No description of the driver at this hour, but we are told be on the lookout for a silver Mercedes. Police have closed down the area from Pomeroy Road to LeBaume Street until further notice.
And developing now, 2 murders hours apart in Prince George's County. Late this afternoon, a deadly shooting in Fairmont Heights. We'll bring you those details, but first, police are still investigating what led to an armored truck employee shooting and killing a man in a Starbucks. Now, this happened on Donald Drive in Forestville, Maryland. Prince George's County reporter Yamari Sase has been covering this story. She has the latest tonight.
A sign was actually posted on this Starbucks here on Donald Drive, letting people know that it is temporarily closed after a deadly shooting left customers and employees shaken up.
I come to Starbucks at least once a day.
Robert Aline's daily visit to Starbucks turned shocking when he pulled up to this.
What's going on in my neighborhood, you know? Are we safe? Are we safe in the Starbucks where you go to get coffee? You know, it seems like there's always a shooting somewhere, and it's sad.
Police say just before 2 p.m. on Wednesday, an armored truck employee was conducting business behind the counter inside a Starbucks. When a man that wasn't a customer walked in, an altercation took place, and the man jumped behind the counter. Then,
as a result of that altercation, the armored car employee produced his firearm and shot and killed this adult male decedent.
There were 8 employees and 5 customers inside when the incident happened. A customer who did not want to be on camera told me it all happened so quickly and he ran immediately after hearing the shots. Police are still trying to determine the details of the altercation.
We're interviewing witnesses. We're still interviewing the employees that were in here. We're still looking to obtain the surveillance video to review that. And once we have all that, the details will surely be released.
Police have not been able to confirm whether anyone is in custody, but we will continue to keep you updated as we learn more about this incident. For now, reporting in Forestville, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yamari, thank you. And back to that other shooting now in Prince George's County. Investigators are looking to track down whoever shot and killed a man in Fairmont Heights today. We're told this happened just before 5 p.m. behind a church on Fairmont Heights Drive. The victim died after being rushed to the hospital. Investigators do not believe this was a random attack.
All right, on a lighter note, let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb for first look in the forecast.
Yeah, Janessa, pretty quiet night tonight.
Oh, yeah, finally, right? We've been tracking a few storms and all the haze that has been around our nation's capital and surrounding counties, and finally seeing a little bit of clearing. Our city looks very lovely tonight. If you're out and about, you're going to enjoy this clearing that's going to continue to take place. And even waking up tomorrow morning, we'd have 0 chance of any rainfall, so looking pretty good. This was a little bit earlier this afternoon into early morning. You notice a good swath of rain. Finally, a little bit of high pressure that's building in. All the severe weather has been on really both sides of us in central PA and out towards the North Carolina area, where they are picking up the pieces after a major tornado has hit out towards the Rocky Mount area. Highs this afternoon, folks, we didn't hit 90. That would have been our 3rd consecutive day of daytime highs in the 90s, so no heat wave expected for the rest of this week. Still very warm temperatures going to be in place. Hey, as we go into tomorrow morning, waking up to the upper 70s by 9 o'clock, and then we'll start to really gradually warm up by 2-3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I think many of us are going to be into the 90s. We do have a few storms late tomorrow evening that we need to discuss. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
And tonight, a growing memorial at the site of a fiery crash that killed a teenage girl in Fairfax County. 3 other teens were rushed to the hospital, including the girl's brother, who's now fighting for his life. That crash happened by the Burke Center Shopping Center in Burke, Virginia. Friends say the group had just left a church service when, according to police, another car slammed into them. That tragedy potentially the latest example of a speeding driver causing irreparable harm. And unfortunately, it's one of many. It comes as Fairfax County Police try to crack down on these incidents. Yeah, Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla continues our coverage from the Burke Center Parkway. Yeah, and Max, you spent the day working through the state traffic record data. What have you learned tonight?
Well, we're learning that we hear the phrase speed kills so often as a cautionary tale, but the data shows it happens far too often. Tonight it has hit a community in Burke, and there are just people throughout this day and into the evening who have come to add flowers to a growing memorial, showing love and offering condolences to a family and a community really grieving a horrendous loss.
On this Fairfax Station Road, a quick look out your window is all it takes to see the dangers of speeding. Speeding has led to too many of these roadside memorials, including this one on Burke Center Parkway, where Tuesday night, 1 teen was killed and 3 others seriously injured. The driver that struck the car they were in also injured. Police believe that driver was speeding.
All last week you saw the Road Shark campaign, where officers were out enforcing speed. Because speed kills.
Fairfax County Police have been trying to curb the trend with its Road Shark program. Their officers and some state troopers now targeting dangerous drivers in areas that frequently see those drivers. State data shows there's a lot of work left to do. Over the last 5 years, 105 people in Fairfax County have died as a result of a speed-related crash. Last year, there were more than 3,000 speed-related crashes in the county for the first time since pre-pandemic. The county is on pace to exceed that number again this year.
Increasing some signage or something like along the side, like of the shopping center here even, that could even be more helpful.
People who work, live, and shop here want solutions for a problem they can see with their own eyes.
There's people that go 50, 60 miles an hour.
So they never have to see another memorial like this for a young life lost far too soon.
As for that Road Shark program, the county police are in their 3rd wave now. The first 2 waves, they saw almost 9,000 citations written. Reporting live in Burke, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
And developing tonight, Montgomery County detectives releasing this surveillance video here of suspects who they believe are responsible for a home invasion, robbery, and assault. This happened in Rockville back on July 10th. I'm Michaela Newton, live in Montgomery County tonight. More in this story. Michaela, you spoke with neighbors who they tell you they're just fed up with all this crime.
Yeah, that's right. Well, a startling story where 6 men assaulted a man after he got out of his vehicle of the parking garage of Camden Shady Grove. And they actually did that before entering into his apartment and performing a robbery. Now, some of the residents I actually spoke with here today say that they won't be renewing their lease because of it.
Oh my God, is that blood?
That's scary.
New surveillance video released by the Montgomery County Police Department shows a terrifying scene. 6 men forcing a man into his apartment after they stabbed and assaulted him and tied his hands behind his back with zip ties. They got him onto the elevator, taking him up to his apartment where he let them in, and they took a safe containing money and some jewelry. Some neighbors are concerned for their safety and feel like the apartment complex didn't release a lot of information about the incident.
It's really alarming, especially like at night, you know, letting the dog out. I'm not renewing my lease, but getting out of my lease early.
Many residents that I spoke to off camera say they didn't even know. But Joelle Saviati, who's lived here since December, plans on staying put.
Nobody needs to be afraid about anything. It's not that our community was targeted. I don't understand what the panic is about.
Authorities say the victim's family members were present at the time of the home invasion robbery and believe it was an isolated incident. In a statement, the Montgomery County Police Department say, quote, "This is a crime that has occurred in the past in Montgomery County. However, it is not a crime that occurs every day or every week in Montgomery County." Now, we did reach out to the Camden Shady Grove corporate office to see if they're doing anything about increasing security measures here at the apartment complex, but we haven't heard back yet. And there is a reward of up to $10,000 for an arrest that leads up to an arrest. So for now, reporting in Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm Michaela Newton for DC News Now.
So much fun happening right now. The Major League Soccer AllStar Game against Arsenal Football Club, a major soccer or football, depending on who you're talking to. That game happening right here and right now in the district.
Yeah, a lot of fun. The game bringing thousands of people to Audi Field and bars across the district to watch the game pitting the U.S. against the U.K.
Yeah, our Marielle Carbone is live tonight at Duke's Grocery in Navy Yard.
Yeah, Marielle, it's been a rowdy and energetic day down at Duke's ahead of the game, and the party continues right now.
It does, and a lot of energy for the Arsenal fans who have been gathered at Duke's Grocery all day long. I want to bring you inside there so you can just see all the fans that are in here locked into the game. This is some serious business for them. And, you know, although they tell me that this game is a big deal for them, they say the actual sport of soccer is an even bigger deal that means so much.
Arsenal every 2 seconds, honestly. It's like the first thing you wake up and it's the last thing you think about when you go to bed, and it's just, it's everything.
Which
really.
is why Leif Youssef says he had to make the trip all the way from the UK to cheer on his team, Arsenal.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
Football fans packed into Duke's Grocery Navy Yard hours before the game. From new fans,
very excited,
to lifelong footballers.
I wasn't really expecting it. I thought there'd be more of us.
And though Arsenal fans outnumbered MLS AllStar fans here, Zach Wing represented the U.S. League with a hopeful attitude.
You know, and MLS, it's gotten a lot better in the last few years. I think America's stepped their game up with the soccer talent, so I think we could definitely challenge them.
It's the world game.
UK or U.S., the game is bringing people together in D.C. A sport where fans say everyone can find some common ground.
You can play it with a pair of rolled up socks, you can play it with a can, you can play it with obviously a ball. That's all you need.
As for those game predictions,
3-2 MLS.
5-0 to the Arsenal. Arsenal. It's got to be the Arsenal.
all right, and I think that energy is going to stay pretty high here right now. We got a 2-0 score with Arsenal up, so we'll keep an eye on the scoreboard, see how those predictions pan out. But for now, reporting live in Navy Yard, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.